Hey everybody, and welcome to Sweet Hollow Farm Life. I'm going to do a small little short thing at the beginning of this video. I am doing canning stewed tomatoes, so stay tuned because you will see how simple and easy. Everyone should be doing their own tomatoes. Don't spend the money at the store, but do your own. Even if you have to go to the farmer's market and buy your vegetables, you can can your own tomatoes. You don't need a pressure cooker. But I just wanted to tell you all, so sorry we haven't had a video in the last couple of days. After Rusty's heart attack and everything, it's just been hectic around here. And we've been busy trying to get our garden area mowed. The vegetables are coming in really, really good right now. So I just wanted to brief you and tell you I do apologize for no videos. But I do appreciate you all for watching. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell button so you'll see all my videos, because I do have a lot of summer canning videos coming up. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the reason you came to watch, and that's canning stewed tomatoes. Good morning everyone, and welcome to Sweet Hollow Farm Life. I am canning this morning, and I didn't think to video record until I'd already got started pretty good. Once I hit the kitchen, I hit it pretty hard and heavy. And so what I've done last year, most of them were marked July, I had frozen a bunch of a bunch of tomatoes that I had already blanched them, and then I stuck them in the freezer because I don't know why I didn't can them, but I stuck them in the freezer. Well, they're only good about a year in the freezer, but I did vacuum seal them with the Silamil thing. So I pulled every one of those out, and I had probably about 4 pounds in the freezer. And I put all those in my pot. And then I had a few tomatoes that we've been getting out of the garden. Tomatoes are just now starting to ripen. So I had a few tomatoes I pulled out of the garden, and I blanched those this morning. Added those to this. I used my food processor, and I put some of our onions out of the garden in here. I also put some Anaheim peppers because they're not hot at all, and they were so good. So I took a few of the Anaheims. I put the rest of them in the freezer. We've been getting quite a few of those. But I put a few Anaheims in here, and I put a couple of bell peppers. I put some of my preserved garlic in here. I added a couple of tablespoons of salt and a little bit of sugar. And I did put some of our celery out of our garden that I had already canned. I put a couple of cans of those in here. So what I'm doing now is I'm just letting this come to a simmer, and I'm going to let it simmer down for about 10 or 15 minutes. Let me show you guys. So this is what we have, and it's about to start simmering. So guys, this is one of the easiest things and quickest things you can do with an abundance amount of stuff out of your garden. I mean, if you're planting onions and my garlic's not ready, so I'm using garlic that I had to buy from the store, but I preserve it myself in some vodka. And then the peppers I've got running out my ears right now. They're doing quite well in there. And what else did I put in it? Oh, and the celery I grew myself. So everything in our stewed tomatoes is out of the garden except for the garlic and obviously the sugar and salt that I put in here. So it's going to be so good. I'm going to try to can enough stewed tomatoes to last us for 1 year up to probably this point. And I'm not sure how many that'll be. I'm sure I probably use at least 2 cans a month. So in my case, I probably need 25 to 30 jars. I am not going to get near that today. So I do have my jars over here, getting them prepped and ready to go. So let me get my jars ready to go, and then I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, so we're back now. And I'm going to be now, this is simmered for about 10 minutes. All I'm going to do now is put it in my jars. I'm going to give it about a half inch to 1 inch head space. And I just want to let you guys know, if you're saying, hey, you didn't give me the amounts of everything. This is stewed tomatoes. You'll be making chili with it. You'll be making soups with it. If you like more onion like we do, add extra onion. If I had plenty of celery, so I put extra celery in it because I did grow it in my garden and I ended up with like 20 something jars of it. So I put a couple of celeries in here. If you like hot peppers, put hot peppers. If you like it a little spicy. If you love bell peppers, put extra bell peppers. You can put red, yellow, green. It doesn't matter what you put in this. This is stewed tomatoes. And the main thing is that you just get it cooked, simmered, and that helps to cook because remember, we are going to be hot water bathing this, so it's really not going to get any cook time in the jars like it would if we were pressure canning it. And so you want to simmer this just a little bit to kind of get your onions, your garlic, and your peppers cooked and incorporated well together. So I'm just going to start putting this now in jars here, and I'll probably make a big old mess in this. I have no clue how many jars this amount. Then my pan's less than half full, so I'm not expecting I'm going to get a lot of jars, but I'm going to fill these up, and they're so beautiful in these jars. So, okay guys, let me get this these jars filled up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, so I have all the jars filled up, and that, I don't even know how big of a quart that pan is. I don't know, probably 12 quart. It was about a third of the way full, but I did get 12 jars out of this. And before I clean the tops, that you know we're going to get some vinegar and clean the tops of our rims before we put our lids on. The next thing that to me is important, some people say you don't have to do it, some people say you should do it. I do it, and that is I'm going to be adding, I'm going to be adding some lime juice, a teaspoon of lime juice in each one of these jars, because I need to add a little more acidity, in my opinion, back to this, because I do have so many peppers and onions and celery in this, so the tomatoes may not have enough to carry that. So and the reason I'm using lime juice, you can use lemon juice, you can use vinegar, you can use lime juice. I'm using lime juice because I canned a bunch of lime juice, and I just been pouring it in this smaller bottle, putting it in my refrigerator when I need some. So that's why I'm using lime juice, because I already had this and I already canned a bunch of it, so I'm using what I have. So I'm going to go ahead now and put a teaspoon and you're not going to taste this lime juice or lemon juice, whatever you put in it. You're not going to taste that. But if I did, I wouldn't care, because I mean, you know, lime juice is okay for chili or anything else, but you won't taste it, so don't worry about that. I am going to go ahead and just give these a quick stir, because the lime juice is sitting at the top, and I do want it in there. Good. And this is just, you know, if you don't want to put anything in it, you can try it without that and just hope it doesn't go bad. Or you could pressure can this. And if I pressure can this would probably, I'm not even sure how long I would pressure can this. That would be something to probably Google and check on. Okay, but if I was guessing, I'd guess about 35 minutes. I don't think it would need the whole 75. Hey guys. No, I'm water bathing this.
Oh.
This gets water bath because it's tomatoes. Tomatoes are perfectly great for water bathing. And if you don't have a pressure canner, this is an awesome recipe to do out of your garden, because you don't need a pressure canner. Or if you're scared of a pressure canner and you don't want to use one, this is something you can do. You can do salsa the same way, water bath it. There's a lot of things you can do with tomatoes and do it that way. And later on, my tomatillas are almost ready, so I'm going to be showing you guys later how to make salsa verde with that, and that's going to be a water bath too. Okay, let me get the tops of these cleans, and we'll get our lids on and we'll get started. Okay, and I didn't let you guys remind you that when you're hot water bath canning, just bring your water about an inch above your jars, 2 inches, it really doesn't matter. And just make sure they're covered well. And then once the water starts boiling, we let them boil for at least 10 minutes. 10, 12 minutes is good. And mine are just about ready now. so I've got my first jars out. I think I forgot to turn the camera on, so I'm going to kind of have to start this part again. But I've got my first jars out. I'll show you in just a second. I put my last 5 jars in here. Because I put 7 the first time and 5 this time, plus the water that pulls out. I'm going to have to add a little more water because I do want my water level to be at least 1 inch. I like about 2 inches above it. So by adding water, looks like I need a little bit more. Anyways, but because I'm adding water back to this, it's no longer boiling. So I am going to wait for this to come back to a boil before I start my 10-minute timer again. Let me go ahead and show you guys the jars that just came out. They're so pretty. Isn't that pretty? So that's our stewed tomatoes fresh out of the garden. Okay, I'm going to wait for these to come back to a boil. I think that's all I have to show you guys. It's so simple to do. Just make sure your water's rapidly boiling before you start your 10-minute timer. And then they should start popping and sealing. And any of them that don't, I can take the lid off, wash it off, wash the rim again, replace the lid, and put it back in again if it doesn't seal. But generally they're going to seal. They just have to cool down a little bit to start popping and sealing. Okay guys, hey, thanks for watching the video today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell button, and we'll see you next time on Sweet Hollow Farm Life. Bye-bye.